it's helpful. Let's get that. So let's get started. And we'll clarify where it's needed. Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus? Spirit, what message, guidance do you have for Taurus, please? Spirit, what message and guidance do you have for Taurus? So far you have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Cups in reverse, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. You know what I see right away for you, Taurus, is that I feel like a lot of you give a lot. You've given a lot to the people in your life, everything in your life. With the Three of Cups in reverse here, I am getting that some friendships have ended, relationships have ended. Page of Swords, Ten of Wands, you've started something new. But this is the end of a burden. I feel for a lot of you, this relationship that you gave too much to, or these friends, or this job, like I said, this is a life reading. Whether it's a general reading, everytheverything's in that. Love, career, friends, family, everything. But what I see here and what I feel is, strongly I feel that a lot of you are done giving to people in your life, that it's not working out. And I just heard you're done apologizing, whatever that means to you. I just heard you're done apologizing. You're done letting things hold you back. You're done a lot, is what I'm getting, is a lot of you, you're done carrying other people's burdens. I am picking up someone like an angry energy. I feel a lot of you watching. You're at the point where you're just pissed off. You're mad. You're angry. You're done. You're to the point where you're like, you know what? You're over it. You're over a situation. Like I said, a lot of you, this could be anything: friendship, a career, a relationship, and you're starting new. Like, I feel like a lot of you want to start new. You want to start fresh. I just keep hearing, I'm done apologizing. I feel like a lot of you, maybe you have been a people pleaser. I'm getting that strongly. And you're always saying, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry for existing, I'm sorry for breathing. Walking on eggshells. I feel like a lot of you have people angry with you with Three of Cups in reverse here. I feel like these are people who have been taking advantage of you, using you. They expected you to do the most, to give the most, to sacrifice the most. This became such a burden. And I almost feel like this is something that in an instant, like with the light bulbs here, like you're like, I feel like this was something that was building up in you, but you didn't really realize it. And I feel like one day, you're just like, you know what, I'm done. And you just put this burden down. You cut off these people. You walked out of a job. You just packed your bags and said bye. And you moved out with someone you were in a relationship with. And you thought, you know what, like there was something that was the final straw. For a lot of you is what I'm getting. You ended something. And it was, I feel this was building up over time, but it to these people or this person, it was, like I said, you walked out of a job. You just said, you stood up in your house where you lived. I feel maybe this was a marriage or relationship, and you said, you know what? That's it. Like a lot of you just got to that breaking point where it was it. So I'm just getting that strongly for a lot of you. So these fell in reverse, I'll keep them. The Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands. A lot of you lost your stability in your life. I feel like someone stopped giving to you. I feel a lot of you, this does have to do with your job as well. So I feel a lot of you were used because you have a lot to give, a lot of talent, a lot of skills, a lot of energy, a lot of love. And whatever this was that you were giving, someone was was just taking everything you had, using you, overworking you. And this could be different for all of you. Like I said, this could be from your friends. This could be from a boss. This King of Wands in reverse, this could be someone you were in a relationship with, that this became such a burden and it made you lose your stability. You were losing yourself, losing money. I feel a lot of you are very tired. This exhausted you. But what I feel like the day that you made this decision finally, like I said, from the Ten of Wands, I feel an angry energy with this card. You got to the point where you got angry, and that's and I don't feel like you're an angry person or someone who's short-tempered, who's ever angry or upset, or even maybe very vocal. You're a very quiet, reserved person, and I feel like this was so unexpected to the people or this person, this job. Like when you just you were done. People didn't see it coming. I feel like a lot of you didn't even see it coming because I feel like it kind of slowly built up. So, Spirit, who is the King of Wands in reverse for Taurus, please? Who's the King of Wands? Who's the King of Wands for Taurus, please? The Emperor, the Fool in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. So, the Emperor, I do feel like this is a lot, for a lot of you, this is your boss and employer. Or this could have just been some strong figure in your life. You have the Fool in reverse. This was someone definitely holding you back. Didn't want you to move on. Because, the Fool upright, this is you just moving forward with confidence. Someone was really trying to keep you doubting yourself. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, someone was trying to keep you from moving on, trying to keep you from switching jobs. Or leaving this relationship to go be with someone who actually maybe didn't just take, they actually gave to you too. I'm getting from the King of Wands in reverse, I'm getting a selfish energy. This is someone who took your stability, made you lose your stability. Or made you feel, because the Knight of Pentacles, this is one of my favorite cards. It's someone who's very balanced and grounded, and it's someone who just basically, you have your life together. The balance, because having balance in life, like that's just, I feel the key to happiness, having great balance. Whatever this was that you overgave to, that this person, it was deliberate. Like they saw what they were doing, and I'm sorry this is a negative rating, but this is just what I'm getting. Because like I said, a lot of you are just angry. Maybe you're angry that you stayed in this relationship so long. You're angry that you stayed at this job for so long, that you carried this burden. These were other people's burdens. Someone overworked you, just expected too much from you. And I feel like this person knowingly did this, but the reason I feel whoever this person was that did this to you, it was to keep you from being confident. Someone wanted to keep you doubting yourself. To keep you from reaching your full potential, because I feel that I do feel like for a lot of you, this was competition at work. This Emperor, maybe this could just be another person, like a coworker, because this could just represent someone at work. I feel this person was very strategic in what they did. It was very hidden. How they played, like this, showing this chess piece, like they were very strategic what they did. They never made it obvious what they were doing to basically make you look like a fool, but in reverse, because the Fool is, I've always said since I've done tarot, is my favorite card in the deck, because it's how I've always wanted to be, just moving forward in my life with confidence, no fear. I want to be that person. I strive to be that person. I hope one day I can move through my life making choices without fear being, the forefront. That's just how I want to be, and I feel like someone knew your potential. They saw what you're capable of. They're like, wow, this person's really smart, or this person's, if this is a coworker or even a boss, they knew you could probably become their boss, or you could go start your own company, get promoted over them. We made them look bad. Someone was trying to, by overburdening you with their burdens, like I said, giving you too much work at work, their work, stuff that was their job, or if this was a relationship, just making you, I keep feeling like someone was keeping you occupied. And I feel like this is in reference to a relationship. I feel like a lot of you are with someone who is very insecure. And they saw that, I think this person in their head, what I'm hearing, they always knew, and this is their insecurities, because I don't feel like there's anyone better than anybody on this planet, but they felt like you were too good for them. But they didn't ever show that, And I feel like this burden was them keeping you occupied, like to keep you from ever seeing the true them, like to kind of make your life harder in a manipulating way to make it like, oh, you need me. Like they would cause havoc in your life, and then here I am to save the day, like they're the hero. Like, it's very strange, this energy I'm picking up on. It's not good. So Spirit, what else? Let's see what you ask. So Spirit, what are these burdens that were placed on Taurus? The Knight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. What I instantly just picked up, may be true for some of you. Someone wanted what you have. They want what you have. They were determined to either make you lose what you have, or to not get more. This card of determination. I feel like there's someone who, this, like I said, this could be friends, this could be a coworker. Someone was determined to take from you what you had, or to get the same what you have, but to not, but for them, the way to get it was to take from you instead of earning this on their own, earning this credit, earning this money, earning this beautiful relationship. Like maybe somebody wanted to take the person that you were with, or take your position at work, and they were very determined. Spirit, who is this Knight of Swords person in Taurus's life? Page of Wands. This could be someone you haven't known very long, someone you just met, so maybe a new hire at your work, or a new friend you just recently made, someone who is impressed by you and what you have. Jealous, I feel. They want it too, they're determined, but like I said, they're not determined enough to do the work on their own. They just look like by knocking you down somehow that will lift them up. Justice. I feel this person doesn't play fair. That whoever this is in your life, they're not playing fair. So Spirit, what does Taurus need to know about this person in their life? Spirit, what does Taurus need to know? Page of Pentacles. Let's get a few more. What does Taurus need to know? I feel like what Spirit is saying is you need to leave something. I'm just getting this, but the Two of Wands is about taking a new path in life. But what I feel is with the Page of Pentacles as well, this could mean someone young, a new beginning, a new start. I feel like Spirit is saying, like you gotta go. Like I feel like whoever this is or the situation, it's not a good place, it's not a good person, it's not a good energy, not a good feeling. I feel Spirit's saying to start something new, take a new path. You have the Knight of Cups here as well. I feel like for a lot of you, there is someone else that you have your eye on, or there's someone else who has their eye on you, or someone else who wants to hire you. Someone's afraid of you having confidence. That's a small way of putting it, but it's a big little piece of a bigger picture. Someone feels that that's all they have to do is this little things to just keep your confidence low. Then they have no worries. They have no worries that you're going to go start your own business or take this new job. Someone wants you somehow, romantically. So if this is a relationship, what this story is the same story, but just different scenarios. It's the same thing. Someone is trying to just knock your confidence down to keep you where you are, which is where they want you because they're getting a lot out of you. And at this job, I feel like a lot of you were considering leaving a company or starting your own business or working toward a promotion. And someone, this Knight of Wands in reverse, was just like, all I got to do is just make them think that they're not good enough for that position or qualified, or make them, doubt yourself. And this is what the burden was, or like the same as in a relationship. I feel like a lot of you, your person, maybe they know that you have your eye on someone, or that someone else is interested in you, and they know, well, this person has a lot more to offer them. And they feel as long as they keep your confidence down, you're not going to have the confidence to move forward. And, I'm not, quite where I need to be if I want to. I just heard upgrade. I shouldn't say that when I'm speaking about people, but I mean, in your life, just to be happy, upgrade your happiness, upgrade your stability, everything. I feel like a lot of you are in a relationship with someone who's not very supportive financially or emotionally. I feel like a lot of people, like I said, they take a lot. They're a burden. And I feel like you do have some deceptive people around you. However this fits in your life, if this is just friends, I do feel like there are people, there's an energy around you that is envious of something you have. And it could be different for all of you. Someone's envious of your career. Someone's envious of your marriage. Someone's envious of what a good parent you are. How well you take care of your kids. They're jealous of how much praise you get. And someone is determined to have that too. But whoever you have in your life, it's a very bad energy. Like, there's just someone that has a very dark energy. And, the Page of Wands, it's a positive card. It's someone moving forward with confidence. But I don't know why I'm getting a bad energy, because I feel like this person doesn't realize their intentions. I feel like this is either a very immature person, or it could just be a young person who's just not really matured or grown up yet. But this person is deceitful. So whoever this is in your life, I don't feel like this person plays fair. With the Justice here, I feel like this person doesn't really, what it is they're not focused on hurting other people. They're so focused on what they want, what they need. They'll do by any means necessary, not really thinking, because they're very determined to get certain things in their life. Money. I feel like this is a very materialistic, superficial person. No matter who this is, even if this is a boss, they're just all about the money and all about looking the best at work and impressing the bosses. And so there's just a negative energy around you, and this is affecting your stability. Like I said, you're angry, you're at your breaking point, you ended this burden. I do feel like it has worked a little bit, because I feel like when whatever happened in your life with this person that threw your stability off, this is when your confidence went down. Because I feel like a lot of you are stressed out. And I feel like it was a lot of things. Financial stress. I feel like somebody's making you just lose your confidence with everything. Confidence. And if this is friends, I feel like a lot of you need to stop listening to your friends. I feel like a lot of you, with the Three of Cups in reverse here, like I said, are jealous of your relationship, your whole family dynamic, your stability. If you have doubts and it's affecting your relationship, you need to block these friends out. You might not see that they were doing this, but actually, that's not true. Like I said, a lot of you got angry, you put this burden down. I feel like a lot of you had friends that were affecting an actual really good marriage or relationship. They were just planting these negative seeds in your head, and I see that in the cards. This was messing up your stability in your relationship. For those of you that this is referring to a relationship, and I feel like this is the burden. Your friends were the burden. In whatever situation this is, a lot of you are cutting this out, because I feel like a lot of you are finally seeing that this loss in stability and happiness, because Nine of Pentacles is everything. Like I said, it's the balance. It's the family life, the happy life, the health, career. You had it all. You have it all. But it was getting messed up. And all this person was doing was picking away at your confidence. Your confidence in your husband, or your confidence in your wife, your confidence in your ability at work. Your confidence that you can move on from this job. And doubting yourself that you could start your own business and be successful. They were preventing you. They threw you off for a little bit. But the Fool is in reverse, and you do have the Wheel of Fortune here. But I do feel like because of the fact that you are all seeing now, you cut these friends out. You're going to leave this job. But you do have the Two of Wands here. This is about moving forward. So I do feel like a lot of you have recently or are going to very soon, hopefully just listen to the reading, you'll see that these doubts you have and this loss of confidence. Think about why. Why did that happen? Why are you feeling less confident? Where is it coming from? What's the root of it? And if you can realize that you have people around you that are saying negative things about the things that make you happy, saying negative things about this marriage that has always been beautiful, or this career idea that you have so much faith in, and someone's just making you feel like it's not a possibility, or whatever this is, then you know that that's where these doubts come from. This is why you're losing your confidence. And I feel like since you are all realizing that, you will get your stability back. I hate seeing the Fool in reverse, because that just right there is just showing you don't have that confidence to move forward. I do feel as well that Spirit is showing me that a lot of you want to get out of a relationship you're in. I feel like there's someone, you guys both know you have feelings for each other. You both know you like each other. You both desire each other. I feel that your person knows. I don't feel like, I'm not getting like a cheating energy or anything like that, but I feel like that you've felt this way for a while. I feel like a lot of you have talked to your person about wanting to end the relationship. I feel that's when it started. This person thinking, okay, to make you feel not good enough, to make you feel like you belong with them, that they're the best you can do, or this job is the best you can do. You're not going to make more money, and it worked for a while, but I feel like I said, like a lot of you got angry. A lot of you are pissed because when you realized, I feel like a lot of you question everything, and that is very good because that's how you're learning. That's how you're realizing. Why? Because I feel like a lot of you have always been very confident. Why am I doubting myself so much? Why do I have such a huge loss of confidence? And why am I not moving forward? And those answers came to you. I really do feel that when you ask the right questions, that it came to you like a vision. And you had this flash of your friends, or you had this flash of, this is my boss, it's my coworker, or, whatever this was. But that's what was burdening you. That's what was affecting. A lot of you have a really good relationship. Maybe for some of you this did end a marriage because it became too unstable to maintain. Because you do have the King of Wands in reverse here with the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of you could have gone through separation or a divorce and then maybe realized, you know what, they were always wonderful. You just lost that security, that feeling that like you were worthy or you deserved it, or maybe you had some friends that convinced you that they were unfaithful, or, you could do better. I really do feel like a lot of you had very bad just friends or whoever this was, just putting like in your ear, just being very deceptive, just purposely wanting to, and this was out of jealousy, just purposely making you feel, because they just saw how happy you were and enjoying your life and your career, everything. Because Nine of Pentacles is everything. You had it all. And people around you, they couldn't get that themselves. So they just kind of in a way, they were so envious. I feel like a lot of you had two friends or two people around you. I'm getting for some of you. Who really acted like they just were there for you to support you. And maybe they were at a time. But being in reverse, I feel like they just wanted you to stop making them feel bad about themselves because they didn't have this beautiful marriage, or the kids that were happy and healthy and they were always praised as what a good parent. They were very jealous. You had someone who was jealous, and some of you more than one person. Sorry, this reading's negative, but I'm just reading the cards. So let's see what you're doing now. So Spirit, what path is Taurus on now? Where is Taurus going? What path is Taurus on now? of Pentacles. So you're juggling a lot. You have some decisions to make, and I feel like a lot of you are. Let's get a few more. Here, what path is Taurus on now, please? This is more because I want to know. I'm being nosy now. Because obviously you know where you are. Spirit, what path is Taurus on? So 2 Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hermit. A lot of you, like I said, you have a lot of decisions to make, but you're making them. You have the 3 of Swords here. I feel like a lot of you are hurt. You've been betrayed. I feel been betrayed by friends. You've been betrayed by someone you were in a relationship. For those of you that this was someone trying to keep you in that relationship. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Hermit. A lot of you, you're going to be fine. You have a lot of offers. You're going to have a lot of success. Because you have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse here, and here you have the Ace of Pentacles. So you're going to get all your stability back, plus some. I feel like going with the Hermit here, a lot of you are going to be very, very careful allowing people in your life. If you're ever going to allow some of these people from your past in your life, or people in the future. And the Hermit is also about seeking answers. I feel a lot of you are really reflecting on, not that you're like, oh, this was all my fault, but you're looking at the part you played, the role you played, what you could have done better, what you could do better in the future. What I feel like a lot of you are going to be very careful what you share with people in your life. I feel like the little bits that you shared with your friends about maybe tiny problems in your marriage, they blew them out of proportion, and it created these big issues. I feel at work, any doubts you had about maybe working on your own or going towards this thing, the little bit of doubts you had, people fed on your own doubts, your own little insecurities that wouldn't have prevented you. All they could have just said, oh, you know what, just do it anyways. They could have encouraged you, but they discouraged you. So a lot of you are, while you're in hermit mode, are really looking within to think, what can I do different next time? Next time, when I start, working with people again, a lot of you are not going to share so much. I feel like a lot of you are like an open book. You share everything, but you trusted these people. You trusted these friends. You thought that your employer or coworkers wanted what's best for you, that they would be happy for you, excited for you. But a lot of people get very envious and jealous of people who are doing things that they're not. They're not brave enough. But you were brave enough. But you didn't realize how much deceit you were surrounded by. So I feel like the important thing here is what you're doing is what you need to do different moving forward. A lot of you are going to have a lot of success. If this is you wanting to start your own business, I feel like a lot of you have what it takes. Don't doubt yourself, okay? You're going to be successful. If this is with this person who you know has always cared about you and has always been supportive of you, or this is a new person that you were just excited and you have a lot in common with, I feel like that's going to be successful. But I feel you're going to take it slow. Like I said, you're not just going to be this open book, this just all in right away. I feel a lot of you are going to be very more strategic, just like these people were, because you can see the benefit of planning. They had a plan set, a goal. They achieved it. It was bad, negative. You're not going to do that. But you learn from them in a way. You learn from these people who you cut out that to be strategic yourself, to play a better chess game next time. Maybe you felt you lost this one, but you learned how to play. Now you're a better player. I feel like a lot of you have some moves up your sleeve people don't know about. This is a way of protecting yourself, protecting your energy, protecting your stability, protecting your family, your kids, your future marriage, or maybe if you reconciled, if you did separate, you're keeping it private. So you're not going to let anybody come between this anymore. This stability, the beauty that you worked so hard for. And I think a lot of it is just from sort of withholding. People don't need to know everything. And I always feel, I just heard, is to, not that I want anybody going through life not trusting people or doubting or not making new friends, but this is what I just heard. Maybe Spirit just wants me to tell you. If there's somebody in your life that asks you a lot of questions, if you're still in this, and you have that feeling, like, why do they want to know? I feel like that's the person you're not supposed to tell it to. Because you kind of listen to your intuition. If there's someone who's making you feel like, why do they want to know about my marriage? Why do they want to know all this about my plans for my business? Because sometimes it is kind of good to keep things to yourself sometimes. Not that people are bad and you can't enjoy sharing things you're excited about, but sometimes there are few people in our energies, and you just have to listen to your intuition, that they're asking for a reason. They want to know, and I do feel that some of you people wanted to know. They used the knowledge that you gave them and against you to achieve the goals that they wanted to, which, like I said, was to knock your confidence down. So don't share your doubts. Talk to the people closest to you, your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, your siblings, people who you can trust, who listen, like I said, listen to your intuition. But I feel like for those of you with this biggest message is moving forward, which I feel like you're already learning, you're already doing, is don't share your doubts. Because whatever happened, that's what they used against you. You're like, oh, my marriage is good, but it's getting stale, or this or that, or they don't talk. I feel like they just ran with it. Like, oh, that must mean they're cheating, or, it's like blew it out of proportion. Put those tiny little doubts you had would be turned into huge doubts. Or like I said with your job, I really want to start my own business, but I'm not sure if I have enough of my savings. They just ran with that. It's like, oh, I know this person who did the same thing. They lost everything. Share the good. And as soon I feel like what Spirit wants me to tell you, whoever starts to put those doubts, because like I said, a lot of you went through this little search of, why did I lose my confidence? And the answers came to you. Don't let that happen again. So, you know what? Like I said, only once you come out of hermit mode, because you're in hermit mode, sometimes it's a good place to be. You're safe here. You're alone. You're in your own head. I feel like I don't even need to tell you, because I feel like since the hermit card's here, you already realize this. You shouldn't have shared so much. Not that you're beating yourself up, but in life we have to protect our energy. And sometimes there's specific people we need to protect our energy from. You realize that. And listen to your intuition. I felt like you always kind of had this sense, but you're very trusting and you're very excited about things, and you share, but things that are most sacred to you, like your marriage, your children, your plans, that you're passionate about. Sometimes there's a right time and a wrong time to share everything with everyone. And some people, 3 cups in reverse, they don't deserve to know, because they were just looking for a hole in your plan to tear wide open. And there's just people that are like that, people that do that. So I feel like you're going to get everything you want. Whatever it is. You always had it, I feel. I always felt like you had a lot of stability. The Nine of Pentacles wasn't always in reverse. I feel like a lot of you are very smart. You're very hardworking. That's how you got all this in the first place. All of this, this in reverse doesn't mean that you never had it. Someone made you lose a little bit, which I feel like this is mostly representing your confidence in yourself. A lot of you know what you're capable of. You achieved it. You great balance. You achieved balance, which is one of the hardest things. Well, for me personally, to get that balance. But a lot of people, you want that. You have that. A lot of people don't understand how. But the fact is that they just won't work for it. Like I said, there's somebody very determined, but not to put in the work. They were just determined to kind of throw this spirit at you and just, you know what I mean? Like their energy's so negative. So negative. So envious. And I feel for those of you that were going through a tough time in a marriage, you're still looking at each other like you're in love with each other. You still have the stability. I mean, because you had the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, but then you got the Ten of Pentacles. So you have it all still. You have it back. And if you did lose it, you're going to get it back. If this was a marriage or custody, if you were actually going to that extreme, custody, everything. They took the dog. You're going to get your dog back. Everything's going to come back. You're going to get it all back. Because you're making choices. You're able to balance everything. Excuse me. I feel like the biggest thing, too, that is going to get you all this is stay in hermit mode as long as you need to. Stay private. Go radio silent as long as you need to. No one needs to know your plans. Your plans are your plans. Your marriage, your relationship is your relationship. That is private. I feel like a lot of you have been pressured by society. I'm just hearing that. So more on a bigger scale, like at work or in a friend group, that it's almost like bad manners to not share everything. But you know what? A lot of you are learning. I feel like a lot of you are kind of young in a sense to the dynamic of this to such an extreme. Like you're still finding your way. And not that you have to be really young. It's just I feel like a lot of you maybe haven't quite experienced this type of environment. Maybe through your work life or with a new friend group. You haven't encountered people like this, which good for you. That's good because I feel like you have really met some deceiving people recently in your life. But the good thing about what I like about your energy, it didn't take you long to see it. It did have some negative effects on you, but it's because a lot of you are very trusting. You see the good in people, but you know what? That's also that. I don't want you to see that as a weakness because that's one of your biggest strengths. I feel like that's why people just really like you. Really, people are drawn to you. That's why you're successful. A lot of you really lift a lot of people up. I feel also that it brings in a lot of good, but it also brings in a lot of envy. Because not everybody's willing to put the work in that you did. That's why you're where you're at. Why you look the way you do. You take care of yourself. Or why you have an adoring husband or wife. Kids that respect you. Whatever this beauty is you have in your life is because you put in the work. You put in the effort. And not everybody's willing to do it in the right way. You earned it yourself, you know? So let's see. So Spirit, what final message do you have for Taurus, please? Oh, the Queen of Pentacles. This is also one of my favorite cards. This is you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Being at peace. Like I said before, you're going to get all your stability back. You are grounded. You know what I see? I love this card. It doesn't affect you anymore. You're not holding grudges. You learned a lot, you know, because like I said, if you went in hermit mode, you're like, you know what? I may have made a few mistakes. I may have opened up to these people who I thought were my friends. You're not beating yourself up for it. You're not like, oh God, I feel so stupid. Why did I share that? Why did I tell them private details of my marriage or my relationship or my business plans? And you know what? You're like, you know what? It's a learning lesson. It was a growing experience. And a lot of you, look at the big pentacle here. You have it. It's in your hands. You're holding it. You're holding the power. A lot of you, I'm getting a lot, not only about this person who I feel a lot of you, like I said, have had their eye on you, and you did as well. This was a mutual thing. A lot of you, that this isn't about a marriage that friends, I feel, were really putting a negative light on. For those of you that this was a relationship that someone, like I said, was trying to make you lose your confidence to stay, just the same as with the job. You didn't lose it. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought a little bit. It's late. But it affected you for a little bit, okay? You never lost it. It's always been there. It's in your hand. You got a tight grip. No one's taking this from you. I have the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel you're at peace now because you learned from the choices you made in the past. From being in hermit mode. You're like, okay, so moving forward. You're not focused on the past. You're not thinking about the past. Moving forward, you know. You have you know what I see in her face? A confident person. Man or woman. Very confident. And that's the biggest thing that you lost that made you lose your stability was this confidence that you've always had. But you have it. And you're not going to, you know, because like I said, you asked, you know, why am I doubting myself? Why am I having like this such a less confidence in myself than I used to have? And like I said, when you ask that, when you go in hermit mode and you you look inward and you ask yourself these questions. Like I said, Hermit's about seeking answers. You realize it's not you doubting yourself. You were deceived, you know? But it was so deliberate. It was just so deliberate. Because someone was kind of after what you had. Or like I said, not only after what you had, trying to keep you from either out, you know, like I said, if this is a boss or a coworker, moving above them. Some people were pretty smart around you. You learned from them. You learned how to play a good game. But the thing is that they're deceitful. You can play with skill. They cheated. You know what I mean? They cheated. They're not willing to put the work in. You have more skill. You have more tactics. You have more smarts, more knowledge of the game because you're more successful. You have what they want. You don't need anything from them. You don't want anything from them. So I hope you liked this reading. Sorry if it was all over the place. Like I said, it's a little late, so I apologize. But I really like that this didn't keep you in this energy for very long. And the fact that you withdraw and you looked within and asked the right questions. You got the right answers. I feel that was Spirit answering you. Spirit, like, look, you know what? Let's stop this before it gets any worse. You moved on. And I feel like you getting angry, because I feel like a lot of you are very even-tempered, very reserved, mild-tempered person. Like I said, when you were done, and you put the burden down. And it didn't really affect you. You have everything intact still. Your marriage, your life, your kids, the career. You're moving forward, and I think that is wonderful. So stay on that path. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked the reading. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm going to try to post regularly.